you doing, my friends? Well, it seems like a long time. I'm not tying my soul to the downward grind.
Hey, welcome into another late night run here for Tony Talks Trash About Music. We got our good friend Dino here, and we're going to continue on through the Terrible Three and give you tonight our top 10 favorite Stooges songs of the Stooges. And there's not, as Dino said in this, I think you said before we started rolling, Dino, you made a comment, there's a little bit less to pick from than some of the other ones we've done.
Right. Absolutely. But that's what I mean. Once again, they're hard to pick favorites because I listen to these albums front to back constantly for years. So, you know what I mean? They kind of live with you after a while. And
Absolutely.
you just pick one out, and like one week is one song is you spin it more. And then some, I mean, when you first heard them, you've never gotten them out of your mind. You know what I mean? They've
That's right.
been and my number one is like that, you'll see down the road.
Well, I got, certainly have to be in a certain kind of a mood for many of these. I mean, a lot of them are the same sort of mood, but I missed out. Like I said, I wasn't as lucky as you to catch those reunion shows, and I kind of bummed that now that
Yeah.
it's gone, and I saw some of the video from down at Nissan and stuff and different places, and it was just absolutely smoking.
Yeah, that 9:30 Club Stooges reunion was really good, you know.
That's awesome.
And that's before Ron's death, Ron Ashton.
Yeah.
So, it was Ron and Scott and Iggy. And, and as a matter of fact, I read something not long ago. That was the smallest venue that tour played, was the 9:30 Club
I think
in Washington.
that's hard to
Yeah,
believe.
they were playing like theaters and everything in every other city, way bigger venues. And the fact that Seth got him at the 9:30 was fantastic,
But was it extremely expensive?
No, it was average, $40 probably, something like that, 30. And now remember, this was 2000, what, 8? Maybe
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2008. And but I will say this, it was absolutely sardined in that place. You couldn't. It took you a half hour to go to the bathroom or get a beer. Uh,
Well,
it was absolutely crushed. And there were people that had come from other cities because they found out that it was going to be in such a small venue. So there were
uh-huh.
people from New York and Atlanta and Baltimore and
So that was
Pittsburgh.
club shows, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it was really the club. That was the club show of the tour.
Wow. Great that he picked DC for that.
And I found that live. NPR recorded that. Did you know that?
No.
It was like it was all, maybe all songs considered or what. It's on YouTube. If you look on YouTube, you will find the entire show. Really nice audio clips of the entire show.
Nice.
Yeah, I listened to some of them a couple weeks ago.
That's good, man.
Oh yeah. Well, it's nice when you have somebody like NPR based in your city. You know,
Right.
they can send a crew over to record it. And they were doing a live from the 9:30 uh, series there for a while on NPR.
Oh, well, maybe that's what they signed up for then, man. It makes sense.
Yeah, they did quite a few. There's quite a few shows in an NPR archive from the club there.
Well,
So
give it to me, baby. Give me your number 10 here.
number 10,
Give me the top.
the Stooges songs coming in at 10 is Dirt. Slower,
Yep.
but uh, love the song. I mean, that was just one of those, played it all the time. Further down than others, but Dirt is my number 10.
Understand, man. Number 10 for me is gonna be one of the last wave ups on Raw Power. Shake Appeal, man.
Shake Appeal.
Ding, 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 ding,
The
ding, 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 down, down, down. Ow! Ding, ding,
Shake
ding.
Appeal's a great song. Well, that's a great
A lot
album.
of grooves.
It's a
A lot of-
great album. It's a
yep.
great album. I like sometimes I like that dirgy, just that the lyrics of that song of Dirt were just fantastic. I loved it. So number 9 for me is another one played quite a bit. Little Doll
Oh
is number
wow.
9. Yeah.
That's another one I do not have. I probably should have. I never thought about
Well, Shake Appeal was one that I should have had that I don't have. So yeah,
that. I say so. It's maybe a little broader than what we think.
it than I thought. Yeah. So Little Doll was my 9.
Well, my number nine is going to be uh, uh, first crash in on that wonderful album called Fun House. I fell down. The first song, man. I love it. I love down on the street. That groove is just something else.
That's your number 9.
Ow!
That's your
Yeah,
number
it
9.
is. But it sets it up afterwards. Yeah, I went ahead and I said the wrong little blur from the beginning,
Wow.
but that's my number nine. Well, the first track, man. I mean, it sets it in motion, but it's down, down, down. It's a great powerful thing, man. But it's not,
I'm
you know,
surprised it's so far down your list. How the hell could it be so far down your list?
maybe it could be so low. Well, it's
That's a mind blower. Uh, my
no,
number 8 is Loose.
oh, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, I always liked Loose too.
Me
So
too.
that's yeah, that's
Me
my
too.
number 8.
Say the same thing about that, like you did about that. I can't believe it's so low.
That's that far.
I love
Well,
that one,
yeah,
man. You gotta be kidding me, man. When I that one, especially that for the reunion thing, I thought that came off really, really good.
yeah.
My number eight is going to be the monotonous. Can I come over tonight? We're gonna have a real cool time tonight.
Nice.
Then I just something about it. I remember Mitch used to love that too. I don't know why I think about Mitch when I think about that because we used to jam on that a lot of times, and that was just a fun song to play. He could get
Oh, it,
boxy sound like the Vox or whatever the hell he was playing through,
oh yeah.
but I loved it. Real boxy sound. It's like the rhythm, man. Anyway, that's number eight. Real cool time. Love it.
That's your number 8.
Yes,
My
sir.
number 7 is Funhouse.
Oh, ho, ho.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm
Let it
just
loose.
what's that?
You just let it loose, Funhouse, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. You like to go on in, man. I don't have Funhouse on mine. I should probably. I
Well,
should.
see, that's good. Yeah, they're not matching up directly.
Yeah, my number six, man, is gonna. I'm reaching off the page and going
No, you're
on.
number 7, right?
My number seven, right? I'm reaching off the page and reaching on to the little bit of the skewer. What does he say? What you gonna do, baby? What you gonna do? Rich bitch, rich bitch,
Wow.
aka.
Wow.
I love it.
Wow.
That's the one where he's taunting. He's taunting like the performance more than the song. It's the historic performance of it because that's to me that's one of the more ones where he's really provoking the crowd and
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
yeah, he says, and when your daddy's too old to pay your bills, what you gonna do about it, baby? I think it reminds me of somebody just on the street level, barely getting by to,
right.
having, to get by, having to fool somebody and burn some, you're really down to the street level of like living on in Kensington or something. I just get that feeling, man. It's wild.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that whole record, but I love it, man.
So that's your 7?
That's my number seven, man. And
Okay.
I will say without prejudicing, that's my only inclusion from Metallica.
Really?
Yeah.
So my number 6 is TVI.
Oh my God, what a great one. Of course, man.
That just on the I've got some live versions where he just screaming at the beginning,
Oh,
and
that
then
one
goes,
great. That RCA live record is.
yeah, that live,
What's it called? The one with Bowie's playing keyboards on it.
yeah. And I found on that streaming service that I'm using now, I found like 70s compilation outtakes. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
weird. I haven't listened. I haven't read it. I haven't gone through it yet. It's like some stuff, not as much Stooges, but early Iggy.
What was that
You
called?
know,
What's the name of that record? What's the name of that red record? I don't remember anyway.
the
But
live, the live album.
yeah, what's the hell's the name of it? I don't remember. You know the red one in RCA? Everybody had it.
Yeah, yeah, the red album.
Yeah, I don't know. You were number. That was your number. What, man?
That was my
No, not
number
number seven. I'm ready for
six.
number six,
That
brother.
was my six.
What's your
Was the
six?
My six was TVI.
Oh, right. Okay, I got it, man.
All right.
Time for me, and I'm going to turn you on to my six. And my number six is going to be
Oh,
dun 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 penetration from
really?
Raw Power with the keyboard thing at the end. Yeah, what do you get? Penetration with the vocals. That's one of his best vocals, man, of all time. It really is it's creepy and it's not. It's one of the few times on the record that the razor sharp James Surge Williamson doesn't surge up and swallow the whole thing. So I
Right.
like it. He got it in check on the tick 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 thing the whole time. But anyway, that's my number six, man. Penetration from Raw
That
Power.
is your number six.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
you
is
don't
definitely.
rank it, I guess, huh?
Huh?
That's cool. You don't rank that one as high because of the keyboard, probably. You like more of the guitar.
I do, but I mind the first two albums, man.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean that's
That's
always that. I mean, I listen to everything, but I went back. I've always gone back to the studio albums a lot of times. So my number five is 1969.
oh,
Okay.
gotcha, man.
Yeah.
It's what attitude that song is, man.
Oh God.
That's a massive attitude.
And it kind of reminds me of that period. I
Yeah,
mean, it was on the cusp. Kind of
right.
the a lot of. I mean, the hippie thing was still kind of happening, but when 70 hit, it was a little things kind of changed.
Oh, no doubt about it, man.
In the 70s. You know.
No doubt about it. Well, awesome, man. Great pick. Great pick. My number five is your number 10. Ooh, I've been hurt.
Hurts. And I
I
don't
don't
care.
care. Dirt.
Wow. Dirt.
I mean, we are kind of in a narrow set of songs, and these albums we're talking
Dirt's
about
great.
that are just legendary. One of the greatest records anybody's recorded in the annals of time. So it's no surprise we got a lot of the same things. But that's my number five, man. You talked about it. That real loud and slow,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just his creeping ooh voice real deep, and he does that shit, man.
It's kind of like, yeah, it is. It's kind of it kind of remind. Yeah, it doesn't always rhyme, but it's kind of like lose the gun,
Yeah,
where it's just slow and you know what I mean.
probably even more sexual though.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But I like those songs. I like that. You
It,
know.
all right,
So number four,
you're number four.
getting into the meat and potatoes of everything. Uh, I want to be your dog at number
Oh,
four.
now that's. I mean, how many times has that been covered? How many times is that? They get
Yeah.
together, do something. That's the last. Everybody up on stage. That's how they ended the concert.
Oh yeah, a bunch of people yelling and screaming. Yeah.
Yeah, probably one of the best ones, man, ever. I don't know why I didn't put that in. I guess I figured it was represented. I should have. I should have put it in. It certainly is. Instead,
Right.
my number four is another obscure one, which happens to be my picks from the first record happen to be obscure. My number four is Not Right. I love it. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh yeah.
she dun, 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 Not Right. Dun, dun, dun.
That's a great tune, and it's an underrated tune on that album.
I love it, man. That's
I
my. Well,
I
I just.
can't believe I didn't put that in somewhere between 10 and 6.
Well, it's he
Uh,
sums it. It just sums up their kind of thing on that first record. It's just funny that I just imagine what John Cale thought when he went in there and heard that, and don't change it, leave it like it is. It's great,
yeah,
man.
don't do anything.
Nothing like that ever, man.
Love that. I love that
So well
track.
recorded too, for the time. I mean, do you have other
Oh yeah. Well,
that?
those first two Electra albums, I thought the quality.
Oh,
I even back then when I got the vinyl, it pops off the vinyl. I
yeah.
mean, it almost sounds like they were recorded live. You know
The
what I mean?
yeah. To tell the truth, even though I'm not crazy about the band, the first two Doors records are the same way. They both sound great too. I mean,
Which ones?
Doors and Strange Days, they both
Oh
product
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
great. Jock
Oh
Holt,
yeah.
they may have been a not in a major label, but they seem to have all the connections to deliver a sound on par and better, and even to manufacture and sell records with the majors, even though they weren't a major. They were, they ended up being merging with Warner Brothers, but that wouldn't be for a few years. It was
And
incredible.
remember, with the Doors, you're only talking three musicians.
Oh no, it's
You're
incredible.
talking a guitar player, a keyboard player who played bass, you
Yeah,
know, and Densmore on
a lot of
drums.
space, man. Yeah, yeah.
That's it. This was not a full band.
You're correct, bro.
Uh, yeah, so that was you did your number four,
Yeah,
right?
ready for three, man. I think.
So we're ready for three.
Sure.
My number three is No Fun.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw the reunions when they got together. They had people up there trying.
Yeah, people were on stage, but I'll tell you what, they were tight. It was fun it
It's
was
no,
fun to watch them do the hits. I say it's the hits. None of them were ever hits, but they were
but
hits
they
as
are the
fun.
hits. You're right. You've got more of the hits than I have. I missed, man. My number three. Can just tell you where my head's at is the last. There's just something about, and I'll tell you, there's something. I get certain, like, I don't know what it is, but I just get like obsessed with things. And my number three is one song that rhythmically I obsessed with. I used to jam this song, and when I would jam this song, I would deliberately like slow up the one part to make it to emphasize like one of the pulls. And I'm talking about Death Trip, the one with that do do
Oh yeah.
boom 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 down 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 down.
So so that's your number three was Death Trip.
Oh my God. Yeah, I love it, man.
Oh
Something
yeah.
about it's one of those that you could just when he breaks it down, it could go, you don't know if you would see it live, it would be 5 minutes or it would be 25, depending
Yeah.
on it's that kind of an open script. And I like stuff like that. I
Oh
love
yeah.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's my number three. My favorite.
Wow. Death Trip at three. My number two, all time classic, Search and Destroy.
Oh my God, yes.
Search and Destroy.
Oh my God. What did you talk about the guitars on that one, man?
Yeah.
Ooh, James will make you come alive, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, eat your face off, man. That's the one. I mean, that's the one that really took off. That's one of the songs that was is so much more popular now than it was when he was young.
Yeah. And like it's
We
been an
because I think that one to Bayou I was telling you about that one party. I think that's a song he opened up with was Search and Destroy.
right. Right.
When he dove right into the monitor and cut himself up and everything. It's
Oh
crazy,
yeah.
crazy, crazy. All right, man. You're number two. I'm going to go to where you've already been there, brother. You're number six. TVI. Lord.
Wow.
That's it.
TVI.
You got a
You've
T.
got it at two.
I love it, man. Yeah.
It's great.
Got a TV. Yeah, that's my number two, man. It just that side. You're right. That side of Funhouse really can't be beat. That side one, man. That's just like
Yeah.
killer. It's one of the great sides, all sides of it.
It is, especially the first time you hear it. It's
Oh my God.
like I guess it's like drugs. The first time you do it, the first time you do a drug and
Yeah,
you can never repeat that experience
you're
unless you're
always chasing that high ever since.
yeah, you're chasing the high of listening to the Stooges for the first time.
Yep.
And that's yeah. So that was your number two,
That's my
TDI.
number two, man.
So
Ready?
speaking of chasing a high, the first time I heard it, and I was just mesmerized. And I listened to. I was in California, and I was.
And we're good.
Oh, we're good. Okay.
Yeah, we lose
And
good
I
stuff for a
put
while.
on, I put on the cassette of this song, and that's how I left at like midnight, and was driving through the desert listening to down on the street, you know,
God, so no wonder you go through that.
and cranking it. You know what I mean? And with all the windows
Through the
down, so you
pod
know,
with that tick 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 going out, riding through the heat. Oh,
there's not a badass song for the desert like down on the like the Stooges, man. I mean, it's just great cruising music late at night. You know what I mean? It just
yeah.
propels you. Yeah.
I remember one time you talk about the Stooges, which is funny, but I had a tape with that. I had not a tape. I had a homemade CD with that, with a compilation of Stooges stuff, and I had a cassette of a Pink Floyd stuff that was with Sid Barrett. And that first time I ever went through the Florida Keys, and it was like at dusk, near dusk and shit. You're riding on the top of the water. It was like the weirdest thing I'd ever.
Yeah.
The
Oh, you
ocean.
had
It
did
was
you
so
have
free.
early Barrett Floyd or did you have Sid Barrett
Yeah, no,
solo?
that thing with relics with like Arnold
Mm.
Lane and all that stuff, too. That was like it was like a trip, and we just listened to it the whole time. Well, that's your number one, man, and I had the same thing. Like when you said that about that, brother, I toucheed you about my number one, and my number one is I stick it deep inside. Loose is my favorite. It's got
Loose,
oh
man. See, well,
God,
we flip flop.
we did.
You put down on the street way down on your 10, and I
No,
put
well,
loose at number 8, you know.
yeah, I could see. I mean, they probably should be right one and two to tell you the truth.
They could be. Yeah.
The whole side should be but yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, brother. But yeah, man, well, I think we had a pretty similar situation. But no question, one of the great bands of all time.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what everybody else's list is. Please leave your list below this
Yeah,
if
man.
you
Chime
like our.
in, you know. You know what opinions are like. So everyone's got one.
Let's
Uh,
try.
absolutely, man. And this is one of those bands somebody could chime in and have their top 10. It could be all these songs, but in completely different order. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So,
that's
but
right.
maybe almost everything that we've covered.
I think I handed one of these scored ones. You got the good. I want to be your dog and the stuff that people would think about. I mean, it's. I think we got it covered, man. But anyway, you guys, we appreciate you tuning in for this. We appreciate you to subscribe and like the video. And Dino and I will be back at you very shortly with another brand new episode. Thank you a lot. We'll
All
see you next
right.
time.
See you guys. Bye bye.